folks. Welcome to my channel, Rico's Paradigm. Today, I want to talk a little bit about my experience as a black man in the Philippines and also the experiences of other people. In the Philippines, there are ups and downs. The Filipinos are nice and friendly. The downside is the inconveniences of the people you do business with here. When they say Filipino time, they really mean it. I live in Dumaguete, so I'm pretty safe here. I mind my own business and try my best not to cause trouble, learning patience to get through whatever I'm doing here. Traveler safety in the Philippines is a complicated topic that is impacted by a number of variables, such as crime rates, individual experiences, and geographical areas. Although there are significant safety risks, especially in places like Suboco, many people also report having a good time, especially when it comes to cross cultural interactions. Elliot Eastman's story serves as a cautionary tale and a case study of the difficulties that tourists, particularly expats, may face in areas that are thought to be more dangerous. In the end, it is critical that tourists are informed and cautious, adjusting their itinerary in accordance with local advisories and personal circumstances. Number one, an overview of Philippine safety concerns. The Philippines is categorized as a nation with serious safety issues, especially in relation to terrorism, crime, and natural disasters. Due to persistent hazards such as violent crime and the threat of terrorism across the nation, the Australian government's travel advisory urges visitors to proceed with extreme caution. Similar to this, the U.S. Department of State stresses the importance of being vigilant, especially in southern areas that are known for violent crimes like kidnapping. Number two, common issues and crime statistics. The Philippines has a moderately high rate of violence, according to crime statistics. In densely populated urban areas like Manila, homicide and armed robbery are especially common. The prevalence of violent crimes such as drug related offenses, domestic abuse, and human trafficking is still high. The Philippine National Police also draw attention to issues with robberies, pickpocketing, and scams, especially in tourist destinations. Number three, the red zone of Mindanao. Mindanao, particularly Subico, is one of the most dangerous regions in the Philippines. There, tensions brought on by crime and separatist movements make safety a top priority. Sibuco has been designated as a red zone, indicating a high risk of crime and violence, particularly for expats who could be seen as affluent targets. Muslim separatist groups that occasionally use violence, such as kidnappings and extortion, have contributed to the historical conflict in this region. Number four, the news of Elliot Eastman. An obvious illustration of the dangers in the southern Philippines is the kidnapping of 26-year-old American Elliot Eastman from Vermont. On October 17, 2024, armed men posing as police officers abducted Eastman, who had been in Sibuco for 5 months after marrying a local woman. The violent nature of the incident, Eastman was shot in the leg when he tried to fight his captors, made it abundantly evident how dangerous it is for expats to such areas. Number five, personal experiences of Black travelers. Black tourists may have a variety of experiences in the Philippines, with Black people in the Philippines becoming more visible and having better interactions with locals. Many people report a positive change in cultural acceptance and integration over time. There are risks, though, particularly in rural areas where relevant cultural stereotypes can result in awkward circumstances such as passive racism, like being stared at or having unfavorable reactions. Number six, increase in recognition and cultural difficulties. Several Black tourists report that in spite of the difficulties, they have recently experienced more warmth and hospitality from Filipinos. Narratives from 2023 suggest that Filipinos are growing more accepting of people from diverse ethnic backgrounds as they get used to interacting with them. Personal accounts of struggles with racist stereotypes, especially those related to appearance, stand in contrast to this. Number seven, comparison of urban versus province experiences. Because urban areas are frequently more cosmopolitan and diverse, travelers typically report having more positive experiences there. Rural areas, on the other hand, may still harbor some racial prejudices, and preconceptions, which could result in varying degrees of comfort. Urban areas, for instance, might seem safer because of the greater number of tourists and the visibility of law enforcement, but certain rural or impoverished areas may pose social and physical safety risks. Number 8, recommendations and travel advisory. Potential visitors to the Philippines should continue to be alert and knowledgeable about the areas they intend to see. There is a need for greater vigilance, particularly in light of the possible violence linked to kidnapping, as indicated by the current travel advisory for many areas of Mindanao. To stay informed about any major safety changes that could impact their plans, travelers are encouraged to frequently check local media and travel advisories. Number 9, precautions for travelers. To mitigate risk, travelers should take several precautions. A. Keep yourself informed by frequently checking local news and travel advisories. B. Be cautious when entering areas designated by red zones to avoid dangerous situations. C. Make sure you have emergency coverage for your trip, including medical evacuation or possible kidnapping. D. Recognize cultural sensitivities to prevent miscommunications that might cause tensions to rise. In summary, location and personal vigilance are two of the many factors that ultimately determine safety in the Philippines. While the growing awareness of the acceptance of Black travelers represents a positive trend in Filipino society, stories like Elliot Eastman's serves as a reminder of the inherent risk in some places. Even though there has been a lot of progress in terms of cultural acceptance, tourists should continue to exercise caution and knowledge to ensure a safer trip to the Philippines. The Philippines presents both beauty and risk in a complex landscape of cultural evolution, interpersonal interactions, and geopolitical realities, necessitating a nuanced understanding of its safety dynamics for all travelers, especially those from minority backgrounds. All right, folks, that is all for today's show. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, have a good day.